Hello. Today I'm going to start a series of videos on B.B. Price's Medieval Thought, an introduction. The book was published in 1992 by Blackwell and provides a brief but wide-ranging introduction to Western European thought in the Middle Ages. This book aims to make the often complex ideas of the period generally comprehensible. At the time of publication, Price was an associate professor of history and multidisciplinary studies at Glendon College, York University, Toronto. She has also co-authored Verification in Economics and History, published by Routledge, and edited Routledge's Ancient Economic Thought. After a preface and introduction, she provides us with 8 substantive chapters as follows: the Christian impress, early medieval religious thought, Christianity and the liberal arts, the return to Plato and Aristotle, the vernacular breakthrough, scholasticism, the dictates of philosophy in the late medieval church, and domains of abstract thought. So let's start with making 4 basic points drawn from her introduction. First, this is a very long, complex period from the late 4th century to the late 15th century AD. That's 11 centuries all told. Secondly, the European Middle Ages has had a lasting impact on Western thought and culture. The intellectual features of the period for Price were a vital era to understanding intellectual thought in the West. Thirdly, although the physical world of the Middle Ages is manifest to us in its cathedrals, castles, jewellery, tapestries, written remains and so on, these artefacts need always to be understood in terms of the social and political structures of the period, and especially the ideas which formed their foundational bedrock. We can only understand any aspect of the Middle Ages through acknowledging medieval thought. All aspects of the medieval world reflect its intellectual side. These ideas were the product of their context, including the reception of classical learning into Latin, the rise of European monasticism, the discovery of vernacular languages, and the scholastic movement. Note, although we can only look at these ideas from a historical distance, we can't judge their importance at the time solely in terms of today's values. Every segment of the past demands interpretation of its content in terms of its historical context. For example, political events in the Middle Ages can't be understood without understanding their religious significance. Finally, although Christian beliefs and church doctrine were fundamental to understanding the period, almost all areas of life found intellectual expression, from agriculture to metaphysics. Christian ideas were crucial to medieval moral and intellectual conduct, and were considered the foundation of all human activity. Some basic trends and sources. Over the period, there was a move towards increasing intellectualization. It was a process, not an instantaneous event. Abrupt material and political breaks with the past do occur, but intellectual responses normally have an unsevered link to past thought. There's a continuity in Christian thinking despite such crises. And then, secondly, the medieval Christian church demanded unity in its rituals and subsequently in its ideas. Thus, there was a felt need to suppress, or at least channel, variety of thought and expression. These are actions which led to the schismatic split of the Catholic Church into Reformation Protestants and Catholics. Thirdly, medieval intellectualization is rooted in a variety of sources: classical, pagan, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, religious, secular, Latin, vernacular. And we can't, or Price thinks she can't cover all of this, so unfortunately leave some of it out. There were pre-existing intellectual tensions, and these were intellectualized in a sophisticated manner. So many thanks to my patrons, as usual. If you like this series of videos, please do like, comment and share. Subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos, and if you can support the channel through Patreon or PayPal, I'll give my links to those below. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.